morning, welcome back, or welcome to Yoga with Ciara. The cracks are where the light gets in. I was really struck by that sense yesterday as we were really leaning into deep hips and using the breath as the way of moving in them. And I was really conscious of, that thing I said at the end, it's harder to map our bodies when we're not under pressure. When we're all free, it's very nice. But I find I meet myself more when I can feel it more. I was just really intrigued by that, the cracks and me and breath and all that kind of stuff. So welcome. Let's lie on the floor and continue with the light sequence. I'm going to include a few more twists. Really enjoyed that rib stuff we did yesterday. So come lie on the floor. So landing in, feet are flat, spine on the floor, and then just wiggle. How could you get as much of you to touch the floor as possible? So you can feel your back. Can you get your lower back? Can you get your shoulders? So I'm going to roll a bit from side to side. Sides of your hips. Can you feel them push into the floor? Sides of your legs. How would you get the inside of your knee to the floor? And the other way. Backs of your legs. Backs of your arms. Nice. And just feel the floor. Just have a sense of it right now. Great. So push your feet down and slowly begin to roll up and down along your spine. So as you roll up and down, just feel, again, we're pushing into the floor. We're using the floor as connection. So really feel that. I'm connecting to the floor. There's a response from the floor. There's sensation. Can I really bring my mind to that connection? Do you feel the rising or the dropping of your spine clearer? Do you feel a particular part of your spine more than another? Can you make it even slinkier so that there's a sense of your spine really rolling up and down rather than it being clunky? How do you make it even smoother? Nice. One more time. And then pause on the up. And then just lean your pelvis from left to right a little bit here. And as I do that, my feet are going to rock a little bit from side to side as well. So remember, the height that you go to is based on your strength in your hips, the strength in your legs. So you could be very low to the floor. You could be quite high. And what you're trying to do is just meet the sides of your legs. So does rocking onto the sides of your feet help you meet the sides of your legs? Or does keeping your feet flat on the floor help you meet the sides of your legs? For me, rocking onto the sides of my feet, I meet the outside of my knees, the deep outside of my thighs as I do that. Nice. Pause there, hips in the air. Nice. Reach your arms straight up towards the ceiling and then roll down to the floor and walk your feet a little bit closer together. And then squeeze your right knee up towards you and squeeze your elbows either side of your right knee. You can keep your head on the floor or you can lift your head up so that your head is coming towards your knee. And then zoomies. Reach your arms overhead and your right leg long so it's straight up the same height as your left thigh. Straight out. And then bend your elbows, squeeze, and then zoomies. So slow the movement down and make it powerfully connected. How do you reach as deeply as you can and squeeze as deeply as you can? And then even as you're traveling, that you have a sense of connection, tone, feeling, sensing. Nice. Bring your foot to the floor. My head has moved a little bit away from my feet, so I'm going to walk my feet a little bit towards my bum and then do the other side. So draw your left knee up towards you, squeeze your elbows down either side of the left leg, either lift your head or leave it on the floor, and then zoomies. And again, how would you make this really long and powerful in your body? Nice. One more time. Super. Drop down, bring your arms wide, come into gliders. So as your whichever knee travels up towards your shoulder, just really acknowledge the sensations that you're feeling and keep your shoulders as much as you can on the floor. Just rolling one way. And then the other. Feeling your rib cage. So I can feel an echo of the movement we did yesterday in my ribs. That sense of the sides of my body really telling me that I mobilize them deeply. Nice. So come back to center. So drop your knees down towards the left and then just do half gliders towards the left. I remember calling this, I think we called it hatchet at one stage. So your right knee comes up towards your left shoulder, and then your right foot tries to travel back towards the right, above the floor as far as possible. So I have this sense of, it's a bit like propeller, but because my shoulder is back, I'm stabilizing with my hip. So every time we change one of the relationships in how we stabilize, we have to use a whole new set of muscles. So notice how when you're sliding your foot backwards, it's a really deep sense of stability through the belly that has to happen. And even the bottom leg is really stabilizing as I do this. Nice. Come back to center. I'm going to shimmy myself on the floor. I feel like I'm adapted to that shape. And then drop your knees down towards the left and whichever way you didn't do last time. And then let your top leg travel into, I don't know if I like the word, the hatchet, but it really describes the chop of the back of my leg and then the forward, this momentum. Swing, maybe glider swings. Yeah, that fits. I feel like my leg is a swing, that the hip is the central fulcrum, and then the knee is swinging back and then swinging forward. So glider swings. Yum. And again, really, how would you bring your foot backwards just 1 centimeter more and just feel that challenge to your stability, to your ground as your foot goes backwards? Nice. One more time. Whew. Come back to center. Pause. Wow, I can feel that in my hips. Feels very nice. Nice. So interlock your fingers above your face up towards the ceiling and then drop both arms down towards the left. And I'm keeping my feet flat on the floor and then come back up to center. And again. And I'm watching my hands as I go. So my head is moving with my arms and I'm slowing the movement down. And I have this feeling at the end of the movement that my top hand is reaching further. And it has this deep sense of strength about it. Nice. Other way. Arms stay straight as you drop down. Coming back. Down. Back. Really feel that, like I feel my hands are really strong and interacting together. There's a stability that is created in the holding of my hands. Nice, one more time. Super. Stretch your legs out long, bring your hands to your belly and just pause. Just feel that through the whole of you right now. Feeling tingling, movement, trembling, pulsation, connection, breath. What are you aware of as you lie here on the floor? Can you feel the weight of your body touching the floor and then the movements of you? In your face, in your torso, in your limbs. Nice. Super cool. So roll over and come up into your downward dog. All the way over. And just connecting in. So pull your heels down, draw them back. Have a sense of wiggling your pelvis, bending your knees, straightening your legs. Bending your knees, straightening your legs. Nice. So then walk your feet a tiny bit closer together and then swing your right foot up towards the ceiling. So I'm keeping my hips square to the floor. So rather than letting my legs swing off to the side, I'm really turning my hips towards the floor. So my leg will be stopped by the flexibility of the front of my hip rather than continuing where I continue into the waist. So I'm just keeping myself square. And then draw your right knee towards your forehead and your forehead towards your knee. And stretch your leg up towards the ceiling. So squish, knee towards your head. And then long. Squish, long. Nice, one more time. Squish and long. Nice. Other side. Left leg up towards the ceiling. Keep your hips square to the floor. Can you find connection from your hands all the way up into your foot? Nice. Bend your knee, forehead to your knee. Stretch your leg long. Bend your knee, forehead to your knee. Stretch your leg long. Nice. One more time. Bend your knee. Stretch it long. Cool. So you can have two different versions of this. So we're going to start with the lower version. Bring both knees to the floor so you're in your cat pose. And then bring your right knee forward beside your right hand and sit your bum down into zigzag. Okay, so I'm in zigzag. I have this deep sense of sitting on the right buttock. My chest is turned towards the left. Come back into your cat pose. And then bring your left knee forward and sit your bum down into zigzag with your left knee forward and your left bum on the floor. Nice, and then come back. Do that again. Right knee forward, sit your bum down, forward. And then left knee forward, sit your bum down, and coming back. Nice. One last time. So bring your right knee forward, sit your bum into zigzag, and then rock so that your bum is flat on the floor and your knees have lifted, and then drop your knees down towards the left. So we've turned my knees in the other direction. Bring your bum to the floor so your knees lift, and then drop your knees down towards the right, and we're back in the original position. Come back. Great. Left knee forward. Sit your bum down. So Mihal, maybe you're adapting this. It's always really important to listen to your knees. So find your version. It might be that you're higher on a chair and you're just rocking your knees from side to side. Could be that you're lying on the floor. See what you do. Bum to the floor, knees lift. Drop your knees down towards the right. Bum to the floor, knees lift. Knees down towards the left. Great. Push all the way back. Walk your feet forward to the front of your mat. And just pause there in a forward fold. So whatever version of forward folding you do. So maybe your elbows are on your knees. Maybe your hands are on your knees. Maybe your hands are on the floor. Bend your knees enough that your belly and your thighs are touching. And then let your head fall. Wiggle a bit. Remembering that movement really supports us to deepen. So right now, as you forward fold, as we did yesterday, let the breath be the motion. So every time you exhale, can you sink a little bit deeper in? Feeling that rise, that inner architecture expanding on the inhalation, and this deep softening and deepening, settling, sinking on the exhalation. Nice. Slowly rolling up. Reach your arms wide, palms come together, reaching up, looking up. Squeeze your bum, push your hips forward. Nice. Come all the way forward to bring your right hand to your knee. Step your left foot back. Rise both arms forward, straight forward in front of you so that your arms are out forward. You're pulling your shoulders back and then rolling your shoulders in a big circle. So rolling the ball. Back leg is getting longer. Front knee is bending more. Top of your head is rising towards the ceiling. Rolling the ball with your shoulders. And then roll in the other direction. If you do have a block or a ball or an object handy, you can bring it between your hands. What do I have? A dog. Hold on. I have a bin, an empty bin. I'm going to use my empty bin. Get creative. So roll your shoulders again in the other direction. I feel a little bit like Lion King. No, little lion. An amazing scene where the Simba is lifted up. So from here, lift your object up. Think of Lion King. And get really long and tall upwards. Really lengthening, front knee is bending. Oh dear. Oh, great. Super. Bring your bin forward in front of you and then twist towards the left with your hands, or if you're holding something, towards the left with whatever you're holding, and then twist towards the right. And so as I do this, I really have much more potential to twist towards the left, arms are straight, and then towards the right. Both are really interesting though. So just travel towards the right and towards the left. Right and left. Nice. Bring your right elbow to your right knee and then step the back foot forward so that you're into a squat kind of position with your elbows on your knees, and just pause there. You're holding on to whatever it is you're holding on to. Nice. Come to stand. Drop your thing down. Reach your arms wide, reaching up, looking up. Squeeze your bum, push your hips forward. Nice. Bring your left hand to your knee. Step your right foot back, Grab your thing. Arms are forward in front of you. And then roll your shoulders. Roll the ball in your shoulders. Get longer into that back leg. Get more bendy into the front knee. Top of your head is rising towards the ceiling. And then roll in the other direction. And again, roll in the other direction. How smooth can you make this movement? So when I think of smooth, suddenly I really see how jagged the movement was and how fast it was in my shoulders. So now I've slowed things down and things have really changed in how I can connect. Cool. Reach your arms up and bend your front knee more, long into that back leg. You can look wherever you like. Main thing is that wherever you're looking, it helps your stability and your balance. Nice. Come forward, straight forward, and then twist towards the left. I went right. Oh no, yes, I did. And then twist in the other direction. And just notice the difference. That's really amazing. Like the potential to go to the right is massive, whereas towards the left, you really feel the end of the range. Right and left. Last time. Right and left. Because this green is the right color for CGI, I could like do some kind of mad photoshopping on this and add something in. Great, drop your thing down. Bring both elbows forward, just pause there on your knees. Come land on the floor. All the way down, land on the floor. Bring your arms overhead and then just rock your knees from side to side. Nice. Pause there, just notice in your body what would feel like the most wonderful shape or place to deeply pause. I'm going to go twist, so I'm going to drop my knees down. I'm going to turn my head in the opposite direction. I'm keeping my arms overhead because I can tickle a puppy. Back up to center and drop your knees in the other direction. Twist. Nice. Back up to center. Nice. How cool, guys. Oh, that was very nice. Yeah, so the light is where the cracks are where the light gets in. I like it. The more I lean into the places in me that are uncomfortable or difficult, it's amazing how things change. You know, it's like, oh, there's that feeling. And I'm like, hold on, let's just meet that. Very nice. Where are your cracks? What comes in through the cracks? Yeah, let it. Yeah, it's great. I'll see you all tomorrow. Thanks for joining me. And yeah, be well.